and third one is a true solution. So which solution allow the which solution will show the Tyndall effect, optical phenomena?
True solution.
Out of three solutions, which one will show the optical phenomena?
True solution.
True solution
Sir,
will show the
first
optical
true
phenomena.
true solution.
Does a true solution exhibit optical
True
phenomena?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Handle effect. Handle effect.
Tyndall effect is shown by the true solution. Nitesh,
No, sir. No, sir. Sir, suspension. It will be shown by suspension.
suspension will show the Tyndall effect.
Suspension both.
Does a suspension will exhibit the Tyndall effect?
Suspension and colloid.
First of
Yes,
all, what
sir.
is meant by
Both
salts? What is
suspension
meant
and
by
colloid.
salts?
Excuse me, sir.
What is meant by salts?
In the last class, there was a network problem.
See, salts is the solution. Salts is the solution. So, salts is solution in which solid dispersed phase present in the liquid dispersed medium. Solid particles are present in the liquid. So dispersed phase is present in the liquid dispersed medium. Then we'll get the salts solutions. Indirectly, this is colloidal solution. Colloidal solution we say. Salts solutions are colloidal solutions. When the solids are dissolved in the liquid, then you will get the colloidal solution. So then the salts solution will exhibit Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect it can exhibit, whereas the suspension is heterogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture is a suspension in which solid particles are insoluble and suspended in the dispersed medium. So suspended particles in the dispersed medium, so is said to be what we call mean suspension. Size of the particles bigger than the colloidal particles. Size of the particles in the suspension bigger than the colloidal particles we say. Hence the suspension generally what happen, it is like mud water, or suspension is a chalk powder present in the water. Chalk powder present in the water is a suspension. Got the point, everyone? Suspension containing the two components. One is solid insoluble suspended particles present in the dispersal medium. So suspension is not a colloidal solution. And true solution in this solution is clear. Solute is present in the solvent. So very clear solution. When light passes through this true solution, very clear, no Tyndall effect, because sugar solution is a true solution, salt solution is a true solution, right? So soda water is a true solution, lemonade is a true solution. True solution, the particle size is very small, minute, microscopic.
Homogeneous.
So this is a homogeneous, purely homogeneous. So true solution doesn't exhibit the so Tyndall effect, Brownian motion, whereas colloidal solution exhibit the Brownian motion. Right, everyone?
Sir,
Tell
excuse me, sir.
me.
Right.
Sir, can you just explain Tyndall effect overview? The Tyndall effect. I did not get it. I did not understand it, sir. I am yet to understand.
Were you present in the last class?
Yes, sir. I was present, but I was having network issue.
See,
Today
that's what
also.
I recorded the class also. The Microsoft team में आपको मिलेगा recorded one that also you can refer. So again you're asking, no problem. Again I will tell. Tyndall
Okay, sir.
effect
I
is
will
one of
refer
the
to the.
optical phenomena shown by the colloidal solution, right? So if you take the colloidal solution in the container, if you take the, so what solution you are taking in this? Colloidal solution you are taking in this container, right? So if you take the colloidal solution in this container, when beam of light is passing through this colloidal solutions, what happen means, so due to the bigger size of the colloidal particles, so and due to the random motion of the colloidal Brownian motion of the colloidal particles, what happened here? So the light, when the light passing through this, so solution, what happened means, how many phenomena will take place? Number one, the colloidal particles may cause scattering of the light. Number one, scattering of the light will take place. Number two, diffraction of the light will take place. Diffraction, so of the light will take place. Number three, diffraction means, so dispersion will take place. Dispersion of the light will take place. Are you following me what I am telling? So the colloidal particles so will disperse the light, diffract the light or scatter the light with different angles. So as a result of this, while light is passing through this solution, so some particles will be scattering. So some, see, this light is, how the light is passing. Here is the convex lens. Beam of light is passing like this, and when the beam of light is passing through this, the light will come out in the form of cone shape like this, emergence light. Here the particles will present in this, what they will do means, they may scatter, possibility, they may disperse, they may diffract. It acts as a medium, causes so many phenomena. One is scattering, one is dispersion or diffraction will take place. If you look into the solution with how much degrees? 90 degrees angle. 90 degrees angle, if you look into the solution, you might be observing illumination, dispersion like shining inside with respect to color. If it is the milk, so then it produces the blue color illumination. If it is gold solution, you may get yellow color illumination or purple color illumination you might be observing. So because the colloidal particles may scatter or will change the wavelength of the light into different color of wavelength, then it will show the one characteristic color the colloidal solution exhibit, and with that color it illuminate with a brightness that can be seen with 90 degrees angle. 90 degrees angle in this direction. If you observe with the microscope, simple microscope, if you observe, and in this direction the colloidal solution will shine like anything inside. Only the colloidal solution will give the characteristic color, not other solutions like true solution doesn't give. And how the light, after scattering, after dispersion, how the light will come out from the container. How the light will be coming out means in the form of cone shape, in the form of beam it will come out, in the form of cone shape it will come out. So that cone shape is what we call means Tyndall effect, we say this phenomenon. So this is the major characteristic phenomena of the colloidal solution. Where if you take the true solution like this, if you take the, so beam of light is passing like this, means as it is it will be going. No cone shape emergent light will be come out. No illumination, no brightness. As it is, the light passes through the true solution. So with this property, we can distinguish between colloidal solution, SAR solution and the true solution with the optical phenomena. Is it fine, everyone? Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
Clear now? So
Yes, sir.
I want to give one more example for this optical phenomena. So sometimes in the evening or sometimes in the evening time, what happen when the smoke is there in the sky, so smoke or so fog is there that time, when light passing through the fog and through the smoke, so how it can illuminate, so what color will get, that is also due to optical phenomena. Simple example I would like to give. Optical phenomena of the colloidal solution is that blue color of the sky. Why the sky is blue in color? What is the reason?
Due to scattering of
Mass
light.
storage of water.
So due to scattering, due to diffraction, due to dispersal, so what not, we can tell the particles present in the, so what we say in the sky, like dust particle you say, or whatever the particles in the air, so they are in the air or in the tapo, so in the clouds they start so producing this scattering, or what we, that is called optical phenomena. So then the sky is blue, we can tell. So this is the colloidal solution. Suspension is quite different with the colloidal solution. Yaad rakhna, suspension is different, colloidal solution is different. In suspension, what happen? No, the particles are bigger in size, and if you keep in the container for long time, the suspension will settle down at the bottom. For example, bring the mud water in the bottle and keep 1 hour time, 2 hours time. What do you find after 1 hour time?
The stuff will be settled
Particles
down.
will settle
Yeah, the
down.
particles will settle down, but in case of the colloidal solution, there is no settlement of the particles at the bottom. That is the difference between colloidal solution and the suspension. Note this point. In suspension, particles are insoluble and suspended. After some time, they will settle down at the bottom of the container. Okay, is it so fine? And now this colloidal solutions seems to be homogeneous, but internally they are heterogeneous. Another phenomena of the colloidal solution is that Brownian motion also they can expect. Zigzag movement of the particles in the dispersion medium. Okay, so that's about, now we are going to discuss about the separating the components of a mixture. As you know that mixture is made up of several components. What are the components? So several components are present, and that depends upon, if you take the binary mixture means 2 components are present. If you take the ternary means 3 components are present. Poly, so means many components are present. So the mixture already we have studied homogeneous, and second one is heterogeneous mixtures are there. How many types of mixtures are there? 2 types of mixtures are there. Homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures are present. And from these heterogeneous mixtures, if we want to separate the components, so in what method? So we'll select. So for the separation of the components present in the heterogeneous method, we have several methods. What are the simple methods we'll use? Number one is hand picking method we use. And what else other methods we use? Hand picking and
Filtration.
Sieving.
Filtration.
sieving method. Number 3,
Filtration.
Filtration.
filtration method. So these are all simple methods. So easily, for example, you'll purchase the groundnut seeds. So, or if you purchase the some grains. So if you purchase the grains, along with the grains, you'll get the stones, and you'll be getting the some small stones you'll be getting. Then if you want to remove the stones from the groundnut seeds, then what you have to do means hand picking we have to do. And sieving method, already you know sieving. So by using the sieving method, also we can remove the other particles, heterogeneous particles will remove. Filtration also, these are the methods. Now here I'll tell some methods of we'll discuss some methods. Separation of the components. Generally, so in our daily life we'll encounter with this milk. In the if you go to the shop, or if we find generally what happens, milkman will give the pure milk. He will give the pure milk, we say. And in this milk, fats also available, proteins also available, carbohydrates also available, and fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals also present in that. All these are present where means in the water. Water is the dispersal medium. All these are the what we say means components, and these components generally proteins are useful for us, carbohydrates are useful for us, vitamins are useful for us, but sometimes what happen, fat is not useful for us. Then in some shops also you'll get the milk is said to be what we call means toned milk. Can anybody tell how the toned milk is prepared? What is a toned milk? Anybody heard this word toned milk? TONED. No idea.
No, sir.
Toned milk
Sir,
is
I
the
think
milk
the
from
things
which
are filtered.
the fat is removed. The fat is from this the toned milk. So from the milk, from the natural milk, if you remove the fat, if you remove, because if buffalo milk having more amount of fat, for example. So, and if you, for example, if you take the milk daily and along with the proteins, along with the carbohydrates, along with the what we say, so carbohydrates and proteins, you will be taking more fat. If you take more fat, what happens? That leads cholesterol and harmful cholesterol. Then that can cause heart attack problems also. So, and in order to overcome this, what we do means some companies, dairy industries, what they will do means they will prepare the toned milk without fat. Only proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins and minerals. So that milk is said to be what we call means processed milk is called what? Processed milk is said to be what we call means toned milk, we say. There is another one also there, double toned milk also available in the market. Double toned milk means, so from this toned milk, if you remove the bacteria and if you remove the microorganisms, so by using the pasteurization principle, so then that toned milk will become double toned milk, we say. Are you getting what I am telling? So here two process we use. One is one process is centrifugation. One process is, what does that mean? Centrifugation. Another process what we call means pasteurization. So what is the pasteurization? What is the what is this centrifugation? Here And if you want to separate this fat from the natural milk, what method we have to use means we have to use centrifugation method we have to use. What is the method called? Centrifugation. What is the centrifugation process?
The process in which fat is removed from milk.
Centrifugation depends upon the principle called centripetal force and centrifugal force. It depends upon the principle. What is that? Centripetal force and centrifugal force it work on. So how this centrifugation? Here in the lab we have the centrifuge. Have you seen the centrifuge in the chemistry lab?
No, sir.
Yes, sir. I have seen.
How many have you seen the centrifuge machine in the lab? How many of you have seen the centrifuge machine?
Yes,
Can you
sir,
see
I
the
have seen.
centrifuge machine now? Have you seen?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So inside you will find the test tube sockets. Test tubes are inside the test tubes. Test tubes sockets are there, right? So we can keep the test tubes inside. And if you want to take the, for example, in this test tube, you must take the milk, right? Buffalo milk you take or cow milk you take and put inside. So close this container, close this container. After closing, there is a plug. Connect to the, so means supply the current. So after supplying current, what happen means inside this will rotate with high speed. High speed it will be rotating. So after rotation, what happens inside the milk? Can anybody guess? Because of the rotation, because of the
Sir,
movement of this
white अलग हो
Sir,
जाएगा.
the
machine.
liquid
White अलग हो.
liquid particle would come at the top, and the heavier liquid particles, sir, will be settled down, sir. I think.
Yes. Now tell me, in the milk, what are the heavier particles? What are the lighter particles in the milk?
The heavier particles can be, sir, the fat.
White.
No,
घी.
no.
सर ये उसमें आ जाता है.
The protein.
So fat will be the lighter white.
See,
That will be
is
on the
that
top.
in the milk generally in the milk heavier particle is heavier particle is heavier particles are present in the milk protein, number one. Number two, carbohydrates. And lighter particles are the fat molecules, cream, we say cream. And that cream can be separated, comes to the top, and the milk will be with the proteins will go to the settling at the bottom. The cream will be separated by using the centrifugation process. The butter also, or the cream can be, fat can be removed by using the centrifugation principle, which work on the centrifugal force and centripetal force. So the lighter particles thrown away, and the particles which having the mass, they will settle at the bottom of the container, means of the test tube. Okay, so our simple method at home also, you will be doing skimming of the milk. How you do the skimming of the milk at home? How do you prepare the lassi?
सर उसको पहले खूब मथनी से मथते हैं.
Yes, So what
Sir, उसमें
instrument
तो
do you use
fat
for
निकाल
preparing? What
सर
instrument do you use for the preparation of lassi?
सर wood
Sir,
stick.
the cream of the lassi comes above and it starts floats.
That is called milk chalana. This is the lassi. On the top of that, you will get foam. Foam, you will be getting cream foam, and that cream foam is said to be fat, right? So here, the cream or the fat can be separated from the proteins and from these carbohydrates of the milk. So by using the process called centrifugation, which work on the centripetal force and centrifugal force phenomena. Then we'll get the milk is called toned milk without fat. Without fat means we won't get the cholesterol. And again, if you suspect that the toned milk having some bacteria, microorganisms, then the toned milk subjected to pasteurization. You know pasteurization phenomena. What is
Yes,
the
sir.
pasteurization? Quick heating of the milk at high temperature, above 70 degrees Celsius temperature. So at high temperature, heating the milk and for killing of the microorganisms is said to be pasteurization. Then we'll get double toned milk you'll get. So by using this method, we'll remove the fat from the milk. So we'll separate the component from the milk, we say centrifugation. So this centrifugation principle can be applied not only for the separation of this fat, but also we'll use in the medical industry. Did you see where we use this the method in the medical industry? Can anybody will tell?
Separation of blood particles, sir.
Blood corpuscles
Blood
from the
yes,
plasma. Number one. Number two.
sir. Sometimes, sir, urine sample when we have
Urine
to take the
sample, blood test will be done by using the centrifugation process. In our daily life also, in that washing
It is
machine,
washing
washing,
machine.
how does the washing machine will work? Washing machine will work based on the principle called centripetal force only. Same phenomena. Because the water from the cloth will be removed, the water from the cloth will be removed by using the centrifugation principle. Okay, so this is one method I told, centrifugation method, which can help to remove the particles, components from the mixture, homogeneous mixture we say. But see, sometimes what happen, the mixture, homogeneous mixture having the miscible components, or for example, so I'll take one example, ink. What color ink means? Blue color ink I will take. What I'll take? Blue color ink. Marker ink is there, so that one I'm taking blue color ink. I'm taking where means on the watch glass. So on the watch glass I'm taking what is it means? Few drops of blue color ink I'm taking, and I'm putting this watch glass over the beaker. On the mouth of the beaker I am putting, in this I am taking the water, and the beaker I have taken the water, so I am heating the beaker, not watch glass, so heat is applied on this beaker. Right. What I have taken here? Blue ink I have taken. Where means on the watch glass. How many drops I have taken? Few drops I have taken. So let us say 3 ml for example. Is the blue ink is taken on the watch glass. I am heating. Where means so I kept on the beaker. So and beaker containing the water, and the beaker is heated. tell me why I am not heating the ink directly.
Because sir, if we heat
Yes, sir.
blue
Ink
ink
is a
Because
directly,
the
mixture of
water,
water
then
and
it will
in the ink.
evaporate quickly.
Why I
Yeah.
am not heating the ink droplets directly on the watch glass? Why I am taking on the water bath?
Sir, I think ink is
To
non-volatile.
avoid.
So exactly the ink components present in the ink will undergo decomposition if you heat directly. Decompose, the ink molecules will undergo decompose and its components will change, so it undergo chemical change it undergo. So but separation of the components, so needed physical method we say. So here, and what we are doing here, I am taking the water in this beaker and heating this water, then the heat is applied to the watch glass. Slowly mild heating is done. So when the mild heating is done, what happened after some time? What do you observe on the watch glass upon heating? While after heating for some time, so what observation you will make on the watch glass? Any residue is left? Any residue is not left? Or what will
Yes, sir.
evaporate? Any evaporation do you see? Any evaporation
Sir,
do
I
you
think
see?
yes, sir. I think
I
with
think sir,
less amount of
condenses.
evaporation will be there.
What observation you'll make?
Sir, the ink will left over there and the water will evaporate, I think.
water particles will evaporate.
Yeah, so the ink consisting of the components, number one is pigments, ink consisting of the pigments plus water. What are the components of the ink means? Ink consisting of the pigments plus water. So upon heating what happens? The water only evaporates, and what is the leftover means? Pigments residue is leftover, pigment residue. That residue color, purple color or dark blue color आएगा. Residue you will get. So now with this method, what we separate, what we can remove, By this method, we separate the water from the ink. But if I ask you, is that ink is single color or ink is made up of monochromatic, polychromatic? Only one kind of pigments or many kinds of pigments?
Many kinds of pigments, I think.
For example, black ink if you take means, so is it made up of single monochromatic color or polychromatic color?
Polychromatic.
Polychromos.
So a
Polychromos.
ink or black one or blue one, whatever you take, if you take any dye, D-Y-E, dye, any dye if you take, the dye is made up of what means? Different pigments, not single pigment. So how can you prove that?
Sir, is there any pigment which is made from only one pigment? Is there any dye which is only made from one pigment?
See, if you take the black color, black dye, in that, so pigments are many. So how can we demonstrate that one? By using the method called chromatography method. So by using the method, chromatography method, so we can separate the pigments into different pigments, like different colors will get, spectrum will get. So in the next class, we'll discuss about this from the dye, how to separate the pigments by using the chromatography method. At the first time, so that one scientist discovered this method from the plants. He prepared, chroma means green color actually, from the leaves. He extracted the chlorophyll pigments. Extracted chlorophyll pigments from the leaves. That's what the name came, chromatography. So chroma means color. Okay, so the black color dye will have many pigments. The pigments can be separated on the chromatographic paper, then we can see that clearly. So after coming school, then I will demonstrate this activity. So on the filter paper, we'll see the variety of pigments on the filter paper. If you take single dye, if you take blue also, in that we can separate few colors. We can get the few colors from the blue dye also. So that means a dye is a mixture. It is not single entity. A dye is a mixture of pigments dissolved in the water. Dissolved in the water. So in this method, what I told means only the separation of the pigments and water. Next method, what we'll discuss from the pigments, so means the leftover residue, so containing the different kinds of pigments. So the pigment separation I will tell by using the method called chromatography. So not only chromatography, there are so many methods also there. So many methods also there. All the methods like distillation,